Okay, welcome, lovely. Welcome to Feminine Connections, where we form, or rather reform, essential connections to the female body and feminine energy so that you may feel very deeply grounded and presenced with yourself, connected to your creative energy, and so that you may flourish through all seasons and all stages of life. So I welcome all of you to this space with deep humility and gratitude. Thank you for being here. And so today we'll be grounding awareness deep into the feminine container or the pelvic bowl. And so we'll do this with guided awareness and breath. But before we dive in, just want to make sure that you have what you need to be comfortable. So this whole practice can be done seated or lying down. So feel free to take a moment to tune into your energy levels and ask yourself if you would like to remain upright or if maybe laying out and spreading out is needed. And you're also free to switch as we move through the practice. If you are lying down, you might like to have something like a pillow for under your knees or under your head. And if you're seated, you might like something to cushion your seat, maybe a blanket to wrap yourself with, or anything else, really, anything that you need to be comfortable. There's no special way to be, just the one that feels right for you. So do take your time, and once you're set up, we'll settle in. Maybe just taking a few deeper breaths, opening the mouth, having a yawn or a stretch. Starting to tune in to our bodies and our felt sense. And we'll begin by opening our space with some jaw movements to release tension from the jaw, to bring some balance into our jaw bones, which are very much connected to our pelvic bowl. And then we'll invite in some sound to massage and open the throat channel. And then I'll softly guide you through the grounding into the pelvic bones. So your eyes can gently close or they can remain open. We'll start with some simple opening and closing in the mouth. Maybe inviting some sound. Taking a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, opening your jaw, perhaps with an Let's just do that a couple times, feeling free to massage your jaw joints. Feel the throat opening. Good. Now with a nice open and loose jaw, we'll move the bottom jaw bones around in a circular motion. So you know, like how a cow chews its grass and its jaw moves in a circle, we're gonna do something very similar. So your teeth will graze against each other, and then the mouth will open wide. Yeah. But just like this. And try to make the movements really fluid. One movement flowing into the next. And we'll circle in the opposite direction. Perhaps noticing some subtle differences. And go ahead and blow the lips and relax. The lips and all the jaw muscles and the tongue. And lastly, we'll draw circles with our tongue around the inner edge of our mouth. So kind of circling the tongue around the inner edge of the lips, drawing a circle around the lips and pressing the tongue against the skin of the mouth. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate it if you're not quite sure what that might look like. And so you're actively pushing the tongue against the lips. Creating a little more space and some fluidity in the mouth. And we'll do this in both directions. So starting to switch it up now. And again, maybe you'd like to blow out the lips. Have a swallow and relax. So inviting some sound now, our simple sound blended mantra, Ma Om. And so the Ma will open the mouth and the jaw, opening the throat and all the way through the central channel of our bodies. And as we Om, we'll bring the sound back in by gently closing the lips and letting the sound reverberate through our mouths and into our body, bathing us in the sound. If you're lying down, feel free to just receive this as you wish. And if you're seated, maybe you'd like to join me in the arm movements, which help to kind of feel the edges of our outer energy field and create a protective boundary around us. So with the hands together in front of your heart, begin taking a nice deep breath in. Ma. Back to the heart, breathing in. Back to the heart, breathing in. And back to your heart, Perhaps grounding your hands over your heart if that feels right, if that feels good. Maybe somewhere else over your body. Welcoming yourself into this place, into your own body home. And as we transition into the guided inner journey, the invitation is to remain seated as you are, or perhaps to lay yourself down. Welcoming yourself on the earth. Sensing your body touching the ground beneath in all those places where you touch. Body as earth, earth as home, settling into this place. Perhaps closing your eyes or leaving them slightly open. We start to turn our gaze and our focus inward. Welcoming a whole inner environment of sensation, of structure, of fluidity. Feeling your whole body from head to toe, from toe to head, your whole body. Now welcoming your mental attention, your awareness into your head. Sensing the space behind your eyes, the inside of the mouth, the inner ears, your whole head, and the breath coming in and going out through your nostrils, or perhaps through the mouth. And perhaps you'll stay here, settled in the head, or perhaps your awareness will journey down from your head through your throat and dive into the center of your chest, the home of your heart. Sensing the bones of the rib cage holding heart and lungs, wrapped all the way around, connected in the front and in the back. Perhaps sensing the lungs breathing, expanding and contracting as the breath comes in and goes out. Perhaps sensing your physical heart, maybe feeling the heart beating, or hearing the heart beating, that inner sound, inner drumbeat. Perhaps connecting to the energy of the heart, just to notice what energies are present here in the intuitive heart. And perhaps you'll stay here in your heart. Maybe you'll make your way down from your chest into your belly now, sensing the softness of your belly, the gentle movement of breath here in the belly. And the stability of your spinal stem holding you in the back. Perhaps you'll stay here in the belly, or you might make your way down the inner spinal stem to land at the root of your spine, the pelvic bowl. Arriving here in the pelvic bowl, the invitation is just to become aware of the whole region of your bowl. In open awareness, to sense, to feel, to notice this whole region, your creative core. We'll make a journey of awareness around the outer rim of the pelvic bones. And just to remind you, there's nothing here to think about, no special thing to do. Just allowing the sound of my voice to guide your awareness around the bones of your own pelvic bowl. So from the back of your bowl, awareness could travel all the way around to the front, landing in the pubic bones, sensing the mound of pubic bones where the right and left side of the pelvis connect. Noticing sensation, vibration, or anything that there is to notice as you make this journey, beginning in the pubic bones. And awareness begins to travel now along the right side of the pelvic bowl, from the pubic bone around towards your right hip. From your right hip, traveling around to the back, sensing your right sitting bone, your left sitting bone, and the bone that connects the right and left side of the bowl, your sacrum, in the middle, forming a downward pointing triangle of bone. From the sacrum in the middle of the back of your bowl, awareness continues along towards the left hip, and around back to the front where the two pubic bones connect. And from this place where the pubic bones connect, sense the whole rim of your bowl. And now we'll make that journey along the outer rim, beginning on the left, sensing the left pubic bone, traveling towards the left hip, traveling around and back to the left sitting bone, the right sitting bone, and the flat bones in the center. Traveling around to the right hip and back around to the pubic bones in the front. Sensing the whole rim of your bowl, and all sensations are welcome. All is welcome. Staying with your sensations by staying with your breath. And you are so welcome to keep your awareness here on the outer edge of your bowl, the outer rim. Or perhaps now you'll take your awareness a little deeper to the inner edge of the pelvic rim. Perhaps forming a visual with your inner vision of this inner rim, or perhaps simply feeling this inner rim of your bowl. And don't worry if there is not much sensation at all. Staying with yourself no matter what arises. From the inner edge of your bowl, the invitation is to simply allow your awareness to circle around the inner rim, moving in the direction of your right hip, back, left hip, front, circling the awareness around and just noticing if there are any areas in the pelvic rim that feel a little dented in energetically, a little numb or a little tender. And if and when you notice these points, you can pause in those places, send breath to those places, and gently massage those places with your attention. You can imagine using a broom and sweeping stagnant energy, dusty energies from the pelvis. You can imagine opening little windows in your hips and sending these stagnant energies out, like opening a window at the beginning of spring. You could imagine just smoothing, rounding these places out with your own attention. And now coming back to the front pubic bones, begin to circle the awareness along the inner rim in the direction of your left hip, back, right hip, and front, circling around in the opposite direction. And again, noticing where the energy perhaps isn't so smooth, and then just spending a little time in those places and tending so gently, so compassionately tending with your awareness, a gentle sweeping out, a smoothing out, a breathing into. Or perhaps you're resting on the outer rim. Wherever you are is perfect. And after spending some time tending to the bowl in this way, the invitation is to remain settled on the edges of your bowl, or perhaps to bring your awareness right in the center now. And just notice the quality of energy, the vitality of your bowl. Perhaps taking a few cleansing breaths, breathing deep into the belly, inviting a breath of fresh life and renewed energy into your creative core. Perhaps sending your awareness now down the length of your legs, through your feet and outward. Feeling your connection to the earth beneath, that steady support, that fluid breath. And after tending to your bowl in this way, inviting renewed energies, enhancing the vibrancy of your creative center, and simply forming a reconnection with this very special place in your body. The invitation is to just continue resting, continue being with yourself. Maybe to seal this practice, you'd like to ground a hand over your belly, over your heart, or somewhere else. Just take a moment to feel the weight and the presence of your own hands. And if and when you are ready to emerge, take a moment to send a note of gratitude to yourself, to your body, to the earth. And take your time emerging from this deeply centered place. Just wiggling the tongue, the toes, or the fingers. Moving and stretching if and as it feels good. And I want to thank you so much for your presence for this practice. And know that no matter how this went for you, no matter your experience, it was right for you. And your body deeply thanks you. Your feminine spirit deeply thanks you for this time that you've spent. And just to seal this off for yourself, you might like to have a little piece of chocolate, have an herbal tea, maybe massage your hands or your feet or somewhere on your body, have a bath, do something that really pleases you. Again, thank you so much. Jema, power to that creative force seated within you, me, and all beings. I'll see you next time. Lots of love.